Hey, what's up, people? Man, I'm back with a video. Something dawned on me. I'm sitting there, kind of analyzing all this information. It's been like since February since I made a post, specifically Valentine's Day. But this here is a little different, man. I'm sitting there kind of just analyzing this whole situation that we in, that the world is actually facing, but specifically here in America. And it dawned on me. I saw this thing, a few years back where they were talking about a cashless society, and at the time, it really didn't register to me. But with the events that's kind of going on now, it's starting to become a little bit more clear. If you notice, you know, we all in a state of kind of fear almost about this whole epidemic that's going on. Um, and the elites, they go by this rule. It's called order out of chaos. Okay. So what they, kind of the goal is for them to basically implement some type of order, out of the things that's going on, like all the chaos, man. If you look back, to September 11th, numerous other historical events, in the past, you'll start to kind of see a trend, you know, and so what really started to kind of register with me on this whole thing is once you have, you saved up so much fear, you created so much fear, you can kind of slip in and provide the remedy, you know. And I'm not talking about in the form of vaccines. I'm not down with that vaccine thing that they're trying to do, and hopefully it don't become something that's mandatory, you know. But what I'm talking about though is, the remedy. If people that's been watching the market, they know that the market's, it's like tumbling right now. The Dow Jones hit historical lows. So this is a more than just financial. Pandemic when it comes to this virus thing that's going around, which has actually been out for quite some time. So what this is actually tying into, just speculation. Is this fear that they created like a tool? You know, so how can you get order out of chaos? Okay, so you got a lot of people that's fearing something. They trying to stop the spread of this virus. What better way to tie this into the cashless society? We almost already there. You consider things like PayPal, credit cards, just all the online transactions, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. They got a lot of different, you know, alternatives when it comes to cash. Okay, but here's the problem I see with that, because I think it's happening right before our eyes, and I study things. I really try to analyze stuff, for the most part, to kind of sit back before I make judgment on what something is or what it's not. Um, Here's the problem with this. Okay, when you got a cashless society, this is almost kind of unfair to some people, to a lot of people, because not everybody understand, you know, the dynamics of a computer. You know, especially a lot of older people. You know, they might have a little Facebook, and you know, lucky if they know how to work that. Uh, so you introduce all these things, and it's almost like the older generation. They kind of suffer. They used to the old school way, and it's kind of funny that, or odd, not funny, but it's odd that at how they introducing all this stuff. And the media, the news, they use these things to kind of inform you. Like I heard about this cashless society years ago, and um, specifically 2017. But I think they've been talking about it, way before then. But that's when it kind of, I caught on to it. But if you pay attention to India, I think 90% of India, they took all the banknotes, out of India completely, basically left them with almost 10%, cash. I think they go on headed towards that trend of a cashless society. Um, it's alarming. It's really alarming when you kind of think about what this could mean. So, have you ever, like been, us people that have ever played a video game? Have you ever played with a sole loser? Like somebody that's losing at the game, and they basically like they'll unplug the whole system. You know what I'm saying? Whenever, they getting beat or something. That's kind of how I see this playing out. Like, they basically trying to like just unplug the whole system. You know what I'm saying? And like put in a new game. That they could win at. Probably not the best analogy, but um, you know, tying it in the chest. And I'm gonna say this and be done with it for now. But I like to inform my people and kind of let them know, a different perspective. And people that value opinion and perspective. Like if you looking at this bottle of water, which is clear, it's probably not the best thing. This cup, I can see this side of the cup. You can't. Okay. You can see this side of the cup and I can't, right? So that's the value of perspective. So if we put both of our perspectives together, we can kind of start to see the whole picture, right? So this is why I always value, people who think rational and, are known to be great thinkers. I really value that. Um, but tying it, how I tie it in the chess, it got me thinking a lot like chess. Of course, the objective, is to limit the king's movement, to where he can't move at all, capture the king, right? But to win at chess, sometime, or majority all the time, unless you're just playing against a rookie, you know, it's going to take a series of moves for you to win, right? And you might spend majority part of the game battling over this one square, okay? It's one angle that you're trying to take control of, while your opponent, is playing defense, trying to stop you. And I watched this thing unfold, and I've really been paying attention to it. A lot of people haven't really been doing a lot of critical thinking when it comes to this, but every now and then you'll catch somebody that is. So I want y'all to check this video out. I'm gonna flip my screen for a second. Uh, just check this out, man, and let me know what y'all think. Okay. So let me turn it back around. Let me turn it. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. Trying to flip this screen back.
How do you power the markets of the future? With innovative thinking and even more innovative thinkers. Cutting edge technology, together with innately curious technologists, is a combination filled with possibilities. It's how 30 billion data points can be distilled to the most essential intelligence, and why decisions are being made at greater speeds with even greater conviction. This is today's S&P Global. Here, artificial intelligence.
And that's another thing too, man. It's a computer AI, man. This stuff is taking out people's jobs too. You know, get to a point to where you so dependent on technology that it removes the human aspect. You know, so once you got computers and AI and artificial intelligence taking over, that's like, you know, there's no more need for humans, you know, when it comes to certain jobs. You know, they're moving towards that too, especially big corporations and these super rich companies, you know, that can afford to implement um, this type of technology, you know. So technology, you know, is like a blessing and a curse. You know, the numerous movies and stuff that predicted all this stuff. You know, so I'm just encouraging my people, first informing my people, you know, that this, you know, things have an underlying message usually. And secondly, I'm just kind of encouraging my people to do their research too. Um, really encouraging y'all to do research, you know, and to be aware, you know, be aware of things, you know, as they happen. And so, you know, hopefully, you know, you can kind of adjust to it and not get blindsided by it, which, you know, I don't think, you know, any of us really saw this coming, but there was a lot of speculation, a lot of conspiracy theories and stuff about, you know, Bill Gates and his vaccines and, you know, him being the spearhead of a whole lot of the vaccine talk. I see him a lot talking about that crap. You know, so I didn't mean for this video to be that long, but I really wanted to kind of, you know, shed some more light on it instead of just, you know, making humor out of a serious situation. I mean, this shit ain't really, it ain't nothing to play about. So, you know, try to stay, you know, 2 moves ahead, you know, if you can. You know, stay spiritually, you know, in your higher self. And that'd probably be one of my next videos, you know, the separation, you know, from your higher and lower self. Every person has two, two sides to them, you know. And if you ever look at the world, you know, the world, you know, a lot of stuff is based on duality. There's an ancient saying, as above, so below. Not to get too philosophical or nothing like that. I'll probably say that for another video. But we'll dive into that at another time. This video, you know, I wanted to shed some light on kind of what's not being talked about. So continue to stay safe. Love y'all. Digital Dynasty, House of Knowledge.